So mine was from February 20th, 2003. This was still, I mean, there's still, like, exactly how you were talking about how, like, everything kind of feels like it flows together. There's nothing, like, that took too long.
2003 was still a good time for them.
Yeah, the show wasn't, like, dragging on or anything. The show opens with The Rock, and this is, like, I feel like, I don't know if this was just at the beginning of Hollywood Rock, but it feels like
2003 was definitely Hollywood Rock.
Because it's not, it doesn't feel like everyone's booing him yet, but he's like, this promo is him, like, pushing them over the edge to fucking boo him. He's, like, just doing all of his stuff. Yeah. He's, like, yelling. He, like, goes to hit his catchphrase, like, he's, finally, and then he just stares at the crowd because they're doing it with him, and he's pissed. He's like, whoa. You don't do that shit. And he's going on about his old routine, but he knows he wants the fans to decide if they're going to boo or cheer him, because this whole beginning segment is just them, like, being mixed. He's like, you're going to decide. And if you just don't decide, if you decide to boo me, you can't do the Rock's catchphrases with him anymore. And then he shits on Hogan a little bit, and then he gets a phone call. He picks his phone out of his pocket. He says, "Hold on a minute, please. Can you please be quiet? I got to take this call."
He was really good at being a shithead.
He was this is like prime, just like piece of shit.
That's
Rock.
Maybe his best run. I think Hollywood probably might be his best
honestly,
run.
I think so too. I think I feel like it was like he was like, I don't know if I'd say if he was in his prime wrestling wise, but like he was fucking great still.
He was bumping like crazy.
He
bumped for the Hurricane during Hollywood
right?
Rock.
So
he bumped for the freaking Hurricane.
And like his promos, this was like he was like such like. It was funny, but it was still like, wow, this guy's a piece of fucking shit.
Yeah.
He's like making the crowd listen to this phone call that he's on. He's talking about business. And then he says, you know what, fine, I'll hang up. I'm sorry. He said, you want to boo The Rock because he sold out, because he's got too big of a head? And he says, I want to whoop Hulk Hogan's ass. And he just keeps shitting on him. He says he can't wait to get the fuck out of this city because he does it all the time. And then he said, if you smell. And he says, you can't do the catchphrase with The Rock. What The Rock is cooking. And he leaves.
Just real quick. Get that out there.
He just hit it real quick and left. And then up next we had first match, Chris Benoit against A-Train, which it wasn't the match that I thought it was, because the one Benoit A-Train match that I remember involved, I think it was A-Train, there was a chair, and I remember Benoit being backdropped head first onto it.
Yeah, I actually remember that.
Yeah, I don't know why that happened. It wasn't this match, though. This was like a short match. Benoit got a quick roll-up pin.
A-Train was getting a crazy push in 2003.
They were really trying with him. Absolutely trying with him. He was very hairy, though.
Yes.
So,
and he had nipple piercings.
He did have, and you know what? He probably still had the Prince Albert as well.
Oh, absolutely.
I wish they would have proven that he had that. I feel like that would have helped the Prince Albert
Cowards.
Last a little longer. Then we go backstage. SmackDown's #1 announcer, Funaki, trying to get an interview with The Rock, but he's stopped by two guys that are security guards standing at The Rock's door, and he says, "Get the fuck out of here! You can't interview The Rock." And he's sad, and he walks away.
And that's Funaki in 2003.
Dude, I don't know how long that went on for, but it's legendary because everyone knows him as SmackDown's #1 announcer.
It went on
just
forever.
as much as they remember him as Kai and Tai. I feel
it was
like
still going on in 2005.
2007. Right, I was going to say, I feel like in 2007. Yeah.
It's still going on today. He's still #1 announcer.
I was going to say, he still does it.
Forever.
Then we move on to Rikishi against Johnny Stamboli, as we were just talking about Relic.
With the hat? Did he have the hat?
He did have the hat, and he had Nunzio with the big jacket, and he had Chuck Palumbo with the white tank top on. So they were, yeah, they were Gabagoo, and they were full-blooded Italians. So, dude, I didn't expect anything from this fucking match, because I mean, Johnny Stamboli, I remember doing like the back handspring gimmick, but like I don't remember him doing much else. It wasn't like a crazy match, but the match like starts, and like 10 seconds in, fucking Stamboli gorilla presses this motherfucker, and then hoists him up even higher. Like he does, the half press, and then the full press, and then just slams Rikishi. This dude's gigantic. I'm like, how the fuck did they not try to do more with Johnny Stamboli after seeing how fucking strong this guy is?
I love the gorilla press slam.
I don't think many people use that anymore, do they?
No one's big anymore. Everyone's 5'7".
You're right. True. Nobody can do it. Yeah. You don't think Braun can do it? No, Braun probably drop a motherfucker on his head.
Yeah, Wardlow does it.
Dude, Wardlow's. I can't wait to talk about Wardlow.
Sweet, man. I fucking love Wardlow.
He fucking rules.
Yeah. He's dangerous.
So Rikishi wins this, and then he gets jumped by Palumbo and Nunzio and Stamboli, and they beat him down. And I don't know if this was early FBI. It kind of felt like it because it felt like they were trying to like establish Nunzio as like little man but big mouth, and you know had his henchmen. So like they do this weird spot where Stamboli and Palumbo are holding Rikishi's arms, and then Nunzio like takes his jacket off. And he puts his jacket over Rikishi's head. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? They're gonna like execute this motherfucker.
Yeah, mafia
and then
style.
he just starts doing these like work punches like Rikishi's jacket covered head, and he's like, bam, 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 and then he leaves with his jacket.
Cool.
And that put Rikishi out. I was like,
of course it did.
It was cool. And then, okay, this fucking backstage segment was kind of weird. It's Kurt Angle. He's in the locker room. He's preparing for the match. They announced earlier that it's going to be the first ever encounter, first match ever between Brock Lesnar and Kurt Angle. Ooh. I was like, whoa, what the fuck have I stumbled upon here?
What attire was Kurt wearing at this point?
This was all Team Angle stuff.
Jacket?
So it was,
yeah.
Yes, this was all a track jacket. I don't know if I don't think he was wearing red on this. I think this was just like red, white, and blue. Like
God, that Team Angle blue joint with the Team Angle logo on the front.
I can't believe they never sold that.
God, that's
like merch. I guess because they were heels, but like, I feel like that like. It's weird to say, but like that put Charlie and Shelton over just as much as anything else.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did.
Shit ruled. So, Kurt's backstage, and Charlie Haas is like Kurt's like pacing back and forth. Shelton's just standing there. Charlie Haas is holding the undisputed title, and Charlie's like, "You got it, champ. You're the champ. You're the man. You can do whatever you want. You got Brock. Get him. You can get him. You can take him." And it's like just like 30 seconds of Charlie Haas just like about to cum his pants about Kurt Angle having his fight. And Kurt says there's only one kind of leadership, and that's leadership by example. He's going to prove how good he is by giving Brock Lesnar his match tonight.
You said this was February?
Yes.
They ran this Kurt and Brock angle all year.
Yeah, bro. They ran it past Mania. They ran it like, shit. Yeah. They were the Smackdown dudes.
Yep.
And then I guess this had to have been one of the early on Los Guerreros segment. It was like, they do the intro and they show them, they're walking down a sidewalk and they walk into a mother pushing a stroller with a baby in it. And like, oh, what a cute little baby. Hello, baby. Oh, look at this little fucker. He's a little cute little motherfucker. And they're like talking to her and being nice to the lady. And then they turn around and walk away. And Chavo's like, oh, you know what time it is? And Eddie fucks up like her wallet, her keys, just a bunch of stuff. She's looking at the watch that she had on. He's like, oh, it's like 6 o'clock. I'm like, oh, okay. And Chavo lifts up a baby bottle. He's like, I didn't have anything else to steal. He said you stole everything. This show was I forgot how much I loved them as a team. Like,
yeah, they had a lot of fun stuff.
Yeah, I feel like they did a lot of those.
A lot of people forget Chavo is part of the SmackDown 6.
Yeah, I know. They just... I also wrestled Chavo. That's just how it is in the life of Chavo Guerrero.
Sure.
And then Billy Kidman and Rey Mysterio took on Matt Hardy and Shannon Moore. This is full fucking V1 era Matt Hardy. And Shannon Moore is the MF-er, the Mattitude follower.
He ran with that gimmick forever, by the way.
It was all. I mean, I love the entrance. Like
it was
the weird
cool.
like Matt Fax and stuff. That was all.
Oh
awesome.
Yeah!
Shannon Moore. Billy Kidman's the cruiserweight champion here. It's so weird. Like I've seen Kidman wrestle like in regular gear for so long, but my brain just can't let go of him wearing a tank top and jean shorts. I just don't know why.
Yeah.
It's still fucking weird to me.
Plus, he's got the haircut at this point.
Yeah, exactly. It's like not. It's still a little long, but it's like still like it's like slick back, weird looking.
See, and fast forward a few months, and he has a full on.
Oh, the full shave. Oh shit. Okay, yeah, he hadn't given it up yet. February.
He's still chilling.
Yeah, and Rey Mysterio's still doing the sweet fucking pop out of the floor entrance. That ruined these, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
And this is leading up to
someone's got to do the Cody Rhodes entrance with Ray coming out the ground.
He's got to come up in slow motion, so it's got to be like put harnesses on him so he can float down. This is leading up to. They're building up to Matt Hardy trying to win the cruiserweight title. He's trying to weigh 220 pounds. That's what the weight limit was for the cruiserweight division back then. He was trying to weigh 220 pounds.
They stuck to that too.
Yeah, they did for the whole.
It was like part of their
until
gimmick. It was like he didn't make weight.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And that's what the match. So they cut backstage earlier in the night. They're showing Matt Hardy like he's weighing in. It's like 221.5. He's like, motherfucker. So he takes off his shirt. 220.7. He's like, God damn it. He takes off his shorts. 220.2. He's like, fuck. So he gets butt naked and he gets on the scale. 220. He gets all excited and he hugs Shannon Moore. He's so naked still. Very naked Matt Hardy hugging Shannon Moore in the back. Big celebration. And I think this, I don't know if this was the go home to the next pay-per-view or not. I think it was No Way Out, but it felt like it was close. So I'm pretty sure it was Billy Kidman and Matt Hardy at that show. This was a cool match. These four fucking guys rule. They get all their shit in. A lot of cool spots.
They run this angle forever, by the way.
I feel like they held on to a lot of these angles for a while because they run Taker Big Show till Mania at least, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like Tori and Nydia existed forever until then too.
It kept going.
Is that still going on? I guess too. Yeah, the fuck. It's like Billy and Ray obviously work well together. They teamed in WCW, so that's just great. And Matt and Shannon obviously came up together as well. So it was just a good combo. Not too long of a match. Matt Hardy won. He pinned Billy Kidman in the match after distraction from Shannon Moore. Like him and Ray were fighting on the outside. Cool stuff. Then we go backstage to Michael Cole and Nathan Jones.
That man, let me tell you something about Nathan Jones.
So Nathan Jones is Australian Nick Gage, as according to this promo. He went to jail for some shit, and he says he appreciates that the Americans have been very forgiving, considering what he has done in his past. But he's looking forward to the WWE Championship, and he has some unfinished business with the biggest dog in the yard. And I'm like, this promo is actually kind of all right. Like, I
actually like Nathan Jones.
Yeah, like I don't remember being into him, and I feel like maybe that's because of how they ended up with him.
Yeah.
But like this promo was like pretty good, like for what it was. And then he grabs Michael Cole by the neck. He's like, I forget what he said. He said some shit, but he's just like staring at him. And, because they make Michael Cole get into all the weird fucking angles with big dudes, and he's getting choked and put up against walls. So Nathan Jones looking to. So I guess that obviously also sets up the Mania thing with fucking Taker. Obviously, his goal to be WWE champion was never fulfilled, sadly.
Dude, because he was a beast, man. Like this was around the time they were signing all those big dudes, and he was definitely one of the better ones. He just didn't fuck with wrestling.
It was like him and like Matt Morgan, Heidenreich, like those guys were all kind of like around at the same time, right?
Yeah, but Nathan Jones is a beast. Like
he was not only tall, but he was like jacked. Like,
yeah, he was crazy.
Yeah, and he was bald.
Hell yeah.
Oh, so during this entire show, on the stage, there's two big boxes, two gigantic plywood boxes with addressed to the Undertaker from the Big Show. The Big Show has been trying to give Undertaker gifts for weeks now, apologizing for throwing Undertaker off a stage.
I forgot about this thing they ran for a while.
I think the week before this, they did the Brian Kendrick one where he gave him he sang to him.
I'm really, really sorry.
Yeah, yes, exactly, yes. I think that was before this. They may have also done one with Canyon singing to him as well.
Is that not, this one is not the Canyon singing one?
No, this one is not, no. I think that might have been one of, I think they did this for a couple weeks, honestly.
The Canyon one ruled, though. That's like one of my favorites.
Well, that's also, is that the same one where he fucking kills Canyon with a chair?
Yeah, he does.
That in one of the most disgusting chair shots ever.
Yeah. I feel like those disgusting headshots happen every damn week.
Yeah, I mean, they did not give a fuck back then. No,
I wish it was still like that.
So they are using a fucking crane to bring these big ass boxes into the ring, and I'm like, okay, Big Show's in one of these boxes because these boxes are too goddamn big.
They need a crane.
These are kind of sus. Yeah, they need a crane to get both these in. So to get them in, Undertaker comes out on the motorcycle. You done it now. That's the
hell
good
yeah.
stuff. Yeah. And then he gets in the ring, doesn't get on the mic. He's just staring at these boxes addressed to him. He's got to open them. So Undertaker looks at one of the boxes. He says, "Ah!" Opens the box. Little fucking dog runs out. And that's what the crowd did. Aww. They just all popped the same way. Little puppy dog. He's like, "Oh, what the fuck?" He picks it up in the most like Undertaker way, like by its two front legs. Yeah, like I wish he chokeslammed it, honestly.
Goozles this dog.
Can that be the picture this week?
Choking a dog to death?
Chokeslamming a dog.
Maybe, we'll see.
So, hands the dog off to like the fucking timekeeper dude. And he looks at this other box. And he knows the Big Show's in this fucking thing. So he runs at it. Big boot! Punch!
The box.
Nothing's in there. He's punching this box.
He's not just getting out of the ring or anything.
He's punching this box, and he's looking inside, and then all of a sudden you hear from afar, "Ah!" Because I guess that was the cue for him to turn around to get a clothesline from the Big Show. Big Show screams so fucking loud.
Did you have a soundboard? That sounded like a stock sound effect.
Well, I guess we're gonna find out what's in there.
Like, I don't know. I guess he didn't trust that Taker would know to feed for this clothesline. But he screams, charges him and hits him with his line, and then he throws Taker into the box. I guess it was supposed to break, because he did it like 4 times to the poor guy. It didn't budge.
It's like the Kurt Angle Shane thing where
yes, exactly, yes. He's like, "I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of you," and he chokeslams him. "I'm not afraid of you." and then he leaves. Because I guess he thought he was a pussy. Yeah. And then we move on to, of course, a staple of pro wrestling. Pole match. A paddle on a pole match.
Sweet.
Torrie Wilson against Nydia. I don't know. I guess maybe something happened the week before and someone had to get spanked. I don't know. This is also Torrie still feuding with Dawn Marie. So.
Dawn Marie, mad underrated, man.
Yes.
Underrated.
Yes, indeed, Poles. I agree.
Underrated.
Was this the Al Wilson thing going on at this time?
I don't know if he was around. I don't know if that was out. I mean, you'll tell me later. Was she still feuding with Dawn Marie in yours?
Nah, Dawn Marie was not there.
Was she gone? Oh, I see. She was murdered. I see. Okay. So, Torrie gets Nydia.
Good performance.
Nydia, Jamie Noble. I don't think he came out with her, but then he went to the back for some reason. I was like, okay, whatever. Torrie's getting into the ring, and Michael Cole says, "Oh, it's spanking time." Like,
here it goes.
Like, oh, great. He's like, "Taz, haven't you been in some paddle on a pole matches like this? You've been spanked before?" He said, "Yeah, brother. I've been in many of those. Dude. Yeah, I'm an expert of those, actually."
Back at EC Dub, we had many pole matches.
So Jamie Noble, who didn't come into the ring, comes back to the ring to help Nydia win.
Why?
Thank you.
Fuck, I don't know, just cuz. And then Jamie helps Nydia.
Because that's the love of his life. That's his heart.
Yeah. Dude, Nydia. Dude, the Jamie Noble Nydia combo fucking ruled. Like,
yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
The promos they would do from like the trailer park were awesome.
Yeah.
I was just wondering why he went to the back and then came back.
I don't know. I guess to make it less obvious that he was going to run in, even though it was very obvious, and he did it anyway. So
it was like with the Daniel Bryan thing at WrestleMania, where it's like, "Oh, he's on the stretcher." It's like, "What could happen?" It's like, "Oh, you only run this angle 100 times."
Yeah, exactly. So Jamie helps Nydia spank Torrie with the paddle until Funaki runs out to make the save.
Oh my!
Saving Torrie Wilson from this spanking, because I guess Funaki is either horny or he's just a nice guy.
He's like anti-horny. Unless he wanted to spank her.
They didn't do that on this show, but maybe on your show they did that. I'm not sure.
No, Funaki was involved in something else.
Oh no,
Funaki was involved quite a bit. And
interesting.
Yeah,
all right.
Not all of this. I'm just saying overall, he was.
He did a lot. He was a lot. He was good. He was a good hand. That Funaki.
Yeah. He was.
Then we go to backstage. Hulk Hogan's trying to get into the Rock's dressing room, but the security guards are still there, and they say, "No, dude." And Hulk says, "Okay, I'm gonna go to the ring then." So Hulk comes out to the ring. He grabs a mic, and then the Rock just comes out as well. The Rock does his entrance right after. Hogan didn't have to say a goddamn thing. This fucking promo is all Rock just being fucking The Rock and just shitting on Hogan. He's saying, listen, motherfucker, I made you. This resurgence of Hulk Hogan is because of me. And honestly, well, that was after he began the promo saying, listen, you know what? I think an apology is in order here. A lot of stuff's been happening, and I think there's an apology that needs to take place, and I think you need to apologize to me. Because he says, you called me a rocka jabroni, and I didn't like it. And then he goes on, he's saying, the resurgence of Hogan's because of me. Because this is setting up Rock Hogan 2, which I have no fucking recollection of. Do either of you remember that?
No, not even a bit.
Yes, they had a fake referee. Fake referee.
Did Rock get his win back?
Yeah, Rock got the win because of fake referee. It was Sylvain Grenier.
Oh, the world is Sylvain.
Cool. He was the fake referee at the time. It was in Canada, I think, right?
Sure. Maybe. It might have been, yeah. So The Rock's like, just shitting on him. He's saying, whoop-de-doo, Hulk Hogan! Just do it. Oh, what you gonna do, brother? Like, just mocking him. He tries to get the fans on his side again by he goes, and the millions, and they boo, and he's like, what the fuck? He's just giving him a look, and then he does it again, and he says, and millions of Rock's fans behind him. And he says but then he's and also during this, he's holding a bottle of water. He just grabbed it during like the beginning part of the promo, just has it the whole time. So I'm like,
I feel like his entire Hollywood run, he had a bottle of water with him.
Yeah, he did. But I was like, I know this motherfucker's gonna spit on this dude. Yeah. So he says, are you gonna apologize to me or not? And Hogan says, no way, dude. No chance, brother.
He's fucking in Full House or something.
No way, Jack.
I think you're really spot on Hogan.
And he's saying, running him down, saying he's not going to apologize for shit. And Rock is appalled at this. He can't believe it. He says, whoa, Rocky, come on now. The Rock's just having fun. I respect Hogan and everything you do, and I would like for us to shake hands. Also, at this point, when Hogan was firing up, he rips his shirt, but like not all the way. So he just has like a split shirt that's not all the way ripped, and is just fucking tanned ass titties just flopping around.
Shirt didn't sell for me, brother.
Yeah. That's not gonna work for me, dude. What's wrong with this shirt, Jack?
Brother, bitch.
Put my shirt over. Rock jabroni.
And the Rock can.
So Rock's just having fun. He wants a handshake. Dude. And the Hulk reaches out to shake the Rock's hand because he's a fucking idiot. But the Rock spits in Hogan's face. Unbelievable. How could you, dude? He's standing there, fucking spit dripping down his face, shirtless, his titties out, looking like a cum slut.
Rocket jabroni.
I look like a whole dude. Why am I dripping, brother?
I never knew I needed a Johnny's Hulk Hogan impression in my
life. So that's over. Oh, and then in the ring, Brock and Kurt and Team Angle setting up for this big main event. They're doing, tail of the tape shit, comparing Brock and Kurt's stats. I'm like, oh, fuck, this is sick. And then when Kurt came out with Team Angle, I was like, oh, and I guess Paul Heyman is with him too? Because I guess everyone that Brock feuds with, just Paul Heyman is also there.
Yeah.
Because, why not? So Kurt comes out with Team Angle and Heyman. I'm like, oh, this match isn't fucking happening, is it? So Kurt gets on the mic and he says, you know what, Brock, I am going to give you your match tonight. The crowd pops. He says, after you can go through Shelton Benjamin.
Oh.
But then you can't go through Shelton Benjamin unless you go through Charlie Haas.
Oh.
So Brock's got to run the Team Angle gauntlet.
He's going to run a train.
Yeah, he's going to run a train on these motherfuckers. So he beats Haas with an F5. And Kurt's pissed off, but Kurt like tries to fire up Shelton by smacking him in the face and headbutting him.
Enochiism lives.
I was like, what the fuck? This dude's
Angle, big Inoki guy.
He is high as hell. So Shelton gets in the ring. They talk about, Heyman screaming, you were roommates with him. Because Shelton.
Oh, true. Yeah, they bring that up a lot.
They do like doing that.
Yeah.
And then obviously Brock beats Shelton. And then Kurt is flipping out. He does not want this match at all. And Paul Heyman saying, you got this. You got this. You know you got this. So Kurt charges the ring. And he gets into the ring.
Brock's a babyface here?
Yes.
Wow.
So he's in the ring. Both in the ring staring each other down. It's awkward. I'm like, low blow's coming. And then, thwap! Paul Heyman hits Brock Lesnar in the back with a chair. Disqualification. What the fuck? I'm pissed. But then Brock fucking tries to go after Heyman. He's got him all gripped up because I guess the angle is Brock says he's going to F5 Heyman. He hasn't F5'd Heyman since, he hasn't done it yet. Heyman's turned on him and been fucking with him since he turned on him with Big Show. He hasn't F5'd Heyman, so he's gonna F5 this motherfucker. Kurt tries to choke out Brock, but Lesnar fucking flings him he just throws him out of the ring like head first. Kurt takes this crazy bump, and then Brock grabs Heyman, and he got him up in the F5. And, of course, Brock takes 20 fucking years to try to do this F5, so Team Angle has enough time to jump him from behind. And then Kurt and Shelton and Charlie beat the shit out of Brock, and Kurt puts him in the ankle lock, and he's going to make him tap out. He's trying to break his goddamn ankle, but Brock won't tap. And then here comes for the save, Edge and Chris Benoit making the save to set up for the pay-per-view match of Team Angle taking on Brock, Edge, and Chris Benoit as SmackDown goes off the air.
Oh, that was the ending angle?
Yeah, that was the ending spot, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was a good show. Honestly, I enjoyed it. It wasn't like nothing like no like 5-star like classic matches or anything but like all the Rock and Hogan stuff was fucking great, and Brock and Kurt are always cool to watch. The Cruiserweights are still killing it. It was a fun episode. They're still doing weird stuff with women, but whatever.
Yeah.
Don Marie's not cheeked up enough. Whatever, it's cool.
Funaki making the save.
Funaki wants cheeks himself.
I wish that's where that angle went. I don't think